3, part 3. We're going to now review using the quadratic formula. So when you're given an equation, first you want to set it into standard form. So let's take this and bring that 2 onto the other side. And then you want to look at your a, b, and c terms. Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. The one that we're working on now, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 6, and c is equal to -2. So we can stick a, b, and c into the quadratic formula and it will output the x, and those x's are your x-intercepts. So we would have x equals -b, so we'll start with x equals, and then b was 6, so we'll say -6 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and do put everything in. Don't take this time to simplify things. Show where everything is going all over 2. And now we will work on simplification. The only thing that throws folks off is messing up the order of operations at this point. Be careful underneath the square root symbol. You want to multiply all of those terms together before you go about adding. So we're going to have 36 minus -4 times 1 times -2 is positive 8 all over 2. Alright, now you can add. Have x equals -6 plus or minus 44 over 2. And anytime you have a number underneath your square root symbol that is not prime, you want to think about whether or not you can find any square numbers inside of it. So in this case, 44 is equal to 2 squared times 11, and the square root of 2 squared times 11 is the same thing as the square root of 2 squared times the square root of 11 separately, or 2 square root of 11. So we can simplify that square root. I'm going to bring my work on up here, and we'll have x equals -6 plus or minus 2 square root of 11 all over 2. Now each of these terms have a 2 in them, so we can factor a 2 out. X equals -6 plus or minus the square root of 11. This should look relatively familiar. Pretty sure I just asked this question above and we solved it by completing the square. And we're getting the same answer. This is a good sign. Part B, same thing. We're going to set everything equal to 0 first, and we want to make sure it's written in standard form. So add -10x to both sides, and I'll have 2x squared minus 10x plus 1 equals 0. So I'll have my a is equal to 2, my b is equal to -10, and my c is equal to 1. So x equals -b, and since b was already negative, it switches signs. 10 plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now we'll have x equals 10 plus or minus 100 minus 8 all over 4. And then 100 minus 8 is 92. So 10 plus or minus the square root of 92 over 4. Alright, so let's work on that 92. 92 is got a 2 in it and a 46, and 46 has a 2 in it and a 23, and a 23 is a prime. So two 2's and a 23, and so we can bring that 2 on out, and we'd have 2 square root of 23. Bringing it on up here, we would have x equals 10 plus or minus 2 square root of 23 over 4. We can divide the numerator and denominator by 2. So that would make this 5 plus or minus 23 over 2. And I think that's what we got last time. 5 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2. Yep, that is what we got last time. Got these answers by completing the square, not them by a quadratic formula. You're going to be doing a few independent questions. This one below, I recommend you try using the quadratic formula on.